Well, hello, somebody. Welcome back to Inside the Trenches. It's your host, Marlon Big Fave Favor. I got the homie CL Nola in the building. And our next guest really needs no introduction. Over 100 career sacks, double-digit sacks, 6 years, 5 Pro Bowls, 5 Super Bowls, and the only player, right, in NFL history to every Super Bowl he went to, he won. Our next guest is none other than Hall of Fame, former Cowboy and 49er, Charles Haley. Charles, thank you so much for joining us on the show, brother.
Hey guys, thank you for having me.
Yes, indeed. Y'all make sure y'all check out his Hall of Fame. Y'all could go to YouTube, check out his career.
For sure.
Excellent career out there in Dallas and with the 49ers.
And me, Charles, when people introduce you, I always like to make sure that they say the great Charles Haley, because they sometimes forget those 2 All-Pros that you have, brother. But thank you so much for coming on. It's a blessing, brother. Thank you.
Hey, I just like to be called Charles Haley, man, and or Charles, because I'm a broken man just like any other man. I just had an opportunity to do something that I love and had a lot of success in.
So, brother, I appreciate that. My first question is to you. What is life like today for a Hall of Famer, a retired Hall of Famer? What is life like today for a Hall of Famer?
Life is good, man. I do as much workout as I want to do. I got grandkids, so I get a chance to go and play with the grandkids. And all my kids are grown. I've seen them flourish. So life is good.
That's a blessing. Marlon back here, Charles. Quick question. All right, so you spent some time before you got to the NFL. You were at James Madison, which is an FCS school. You did get drafted in the 4th round. What was some of the going into the NFL? What was your thought process in regards to, man, I'm coming from a smaller school. I know a lot of these guys, Texas and Alabama. What was it like in the 80s getting drafted in the NFL?
You know what? I had no idea what to expect. Like you said, I came from a small school. But the fatal mistake they made when I got there, they looked me up and down, looked at my feet and looked up. They didn't respect the man that they saw in front of them. So I walked out in the middle of the locker room and I balled my fists up. And I told them I ain't going nowhere. So I set a high standard from the beginning.
No doubt.
That's amazing. Brother, I'm seeing, luckily we're able to do the Zoom and we're able to see you. Look like you're in some great conditions. What are you currently doing today? It looks beautiful out there.
Hey, man, I'm out in California. I'm going to go over and talk to some guys here and show them a little bit technique-wise. I'm a student of the game. It's hard for me to let go the mental part of pass rush. I just want to pass that legacy on because, a lot of great people, they figured they could stay great by just keeping all that knowledge to themselves. That's not who I am. I want to share with guys my knowledge plus my experiences, my ups, my downs, my failure, my losses, I want guys to understand that you're going to go through some things, but the greatest thing you can have is team and teammates.
Totally, big brother, totally.
If y'all are just tuning in, you're listening to Hall of Famer Charles Haley. Y'all make sure y'all check out his foundation, Tackling Tomorrow Foundation. We'll get into that momentarily. Charles, it's funny you say that because when I'm not recording, I am doing defensive line training, teaching position specs. It's really no reinventing the wheel, right? Guys do get faster. You do revolutionize the position, but it's cool to hear you say, hey, man, I'm still teaching fellas how to pass rush, how to get there. When you think of developing a pass rusher, you look across the NFL, you got guys like Max Crosby, even my brother came on the show here, Cam Jordan. What do you think makes you played linebacker, you played DN, you played on the interior. What are some of the things that you like to talk about with that position?
Well, I have, I get guys to understand that I went through evolution of being in a 2-point stance, going to a 3-point stance as a knee bender. And then when I started having back problems, then I went to a waist bender. So I've learned to adapt to my skill set. So guys got to understand what skill set they have. Are they knee bender or waist benders? And then where your feet at? What is your aiming point? It's a lot of little things. And my problem is guys want to do the move before they understand the move. If you can't process the information in your mind, then you can never master it.
Wow. That's real. Thank you, Charles. Now I have a particular question for you. In your opinion, Charles, what do you think about today's game?
I think it's a bunch of individuals. Guys don't play as a team. The teams that do it, they have success. But guys are more about building that success when they retire. They want to get in television, and so they starting it early, man. It's not about going out and having the same commitment to win. That hunger and thirst, to be the best to ever play. It's more me, and it's not about we. I always tell people when I talk to companies and stuff, because it's just like being on the team. It's one heartbeat. You have a captain that steers the ship, but yet everybody else got to play as one heartbeat, and that's what a true team is. You'll sacrifice for each other and not worry about it.
Wow. Question, brother. Is there any players today that you like particularly? Anybody, any team?
Hey, you know what? When I watch a game, I don't I don't know. When the game is totally different. There's no chop block. There's no there's a lot of things that that back chipping me. That's what popped my back a few times. So they're not able to do that kind of stuff. So defensive linemen can do a lot of other things. The only thing they protect the quarterback more. But as far as just going out at it, I really don't look at the game much. I watch very little football.
Okay.
Totally understand.
Well, brother, I definitely want to give you the moment to tell everybody about your great foundation, Tackling Tomorrow's Foundation. Could you please elaborate on it and tell us about it?
Oh yeah, well, it's a reading program in South Dallas. What we do is we go into schools that are about ready to close, and we bring technology. We bring the gamut. We try to take those schools and make them into many private schools. We bring in reading coaches to help the teachers. We do all the little things to inspire kids to read. And the biggest reason why I do it, because I went to college reading 2 grade levels behind. And the hardest thing I ever did in my life was to get my college degree. And football, football was easy. It was just about brand attitude. But getting my college degree, it was just determination and will. And I'm proud to stand here and say, you know what, I did it without help from teachers or whatever. I had to do it. And so what I did was I gave James Madison, because they took a chance on me when I shouldn't have been there. I gave them my Hall of Fame bus, because I want every kid that walk through that door to understand it's not a right, but a privilege, and get your damn education. And So I have to be about the words that I am. And the thing I always ask people, be the change you want to see in others. And so that's my mantra. The kids that we serve are reading 3 grade level behind. By the time they get to 3rd grade, we got to be the quarter up or past that. We bring books into the school, create new libraries. We change the culture. I'm more of I go down and shake up the whole foundation in the school because, hey, the same crap is not good. We got to make changes.
100%.
Thank you. Sure, brother. I'm so glad you was able to tell us about that. I just want to take this time out to thank you, Brother Charles. I really appreciate it. I'm lucky enough to know you. This is my chance to be able to let the world know how great of a guy you are, and I just appreciate you coming out, brother.
Hey guys, thank you so much. Hey, this is what we do to each other, man. We pass on the love.
100%. Charles, thank you so much for coming on the show. He's Charles Haley, Pro Bowler, Hall of Famer, 13-year NFL career, played with 2 great organizations, the 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys. Hey, man, I got to get you down here to the Nola, man, so we can work with some of these D linemen down here.
Hey, man, just let me know. We can do something.
Hello, somebody.
Thank you, brother.
Tackling Tomorrow Foundation, great organization helping out the youth in South Dallas. We want to thank our guest, Charles Haley, former Cowboy and 49er. What a blessing to play in the NFL and to still be able to teach and do what he does.
Right.
Thanks so much for coming on the show. We also want to thank.
Be good.
Thanks.
Hello, somebody. We also want to thank Small Sliders, Marrero, 1635 Barrett Boulevard, for sponsoring this segment. We'll be back on Inside the Trenches.